Uh-oh, guys, we have a lot to talk about in this video, and part of what we have to talk about is unfortunately bad news. And we're going to get into the bad news first, and we're going to talk about, after the bad news, some stocks, the stock market, what is going on here today. So sit back, relax, hit that like button, subscribe, and if you guys want some free money, who doesn't like free money, you could get up to 20 stocks, each up to $2,000 for Moomoo. Use that link down below, deposit at least $100, and boom, you get some free stocks. It also helps out the channel. I appreciate you all, as always. And now, let's just get the cat out of the bag. Let's talk about the bad news. So I'm not sure if you recall, but yesterday after the bell, Restoration Hardware, ticker symbol RH, they reported earnings. And their earnings, I mean, they weren't that bad, I guess you can say. I mean, they are, they're bad. I mean, they were bad year over year, but I guess for the quarter, they did beat on EPS and revenue, but year over year, the numbers are not looking good. Q3 EPS came in at 567 versus 469. Okay, that beat. And sales came in at 869.07 versus 838.1 million estimated. So again, they beat EPS, beat revenue, but year over year, it is not looking pretty. And during the earnings call, the CEO of the company mentioned some things here that, you know, it's not good for the real estate market, the economy, which could obviously then trickle into the stock market, of course, right? Because, you know, if the real estate market collapses, people are losing their jobs, the stock market's going to collapse as well. So CEO of RH said, quote, "It's just a lot of uncertainty right now," end quote. And he said, star quote or whatever, quote, "But one thing I'm certain of is the housing market is collapsing at a level I haven't seen since 2008. I haven't seen this kind of drop since 2008. He said that, twice in a row, which is pretty alarming. I'm not going to lie. The fact that he's seeing this, and it makes sense. I mean, we've seen the data all across the board. Mortgage rates are moving up like crazy. There's this, I saw this number breakdown of, somebody buying a house at $300,000, now versus, 2 years ago, their payment would almost be double based on the interest rates. I forget the exact numbers, but, the way it worked out, it was crazy how much a change in these interest rates could affect the monthly payment, which is just insane, which is obviously deterring the average American from going and buying a house right now. They'd much rather rent. They'd much rather, live where they're currently at, wherever they're currently at. And, he's seeing this, no doubt about it. The CEO of Restoration Hardware is seeing this as sales have tanked 13.6% from a year ago to $869 million, as net profits were about cut in half, which is crazy. And inventories have risen by $85 million from the start of the year. And sales of RHs, in general, they sell pricey, furniture, right? More higher end, home furnishing. A lot of this has come down, right? A lot of this has plunged over, the course of this year, which, think about it, guys. 1 and 1 equals 2, right? If people are not buying as many houses, they're not buying what? As much furniture. That's just the reality of the matter here. And new home construction also continued to drop as builders deal with a retreat in housing demand currently, like I just said. And residential housing starts have decreased 4.2% in October to a 1.43 million annualized rate, according to government data. And single-family homes started for construction dropped to an annualized 855,000 rate, the lowest since May 2020, which you guys know, May 2020, I mean, that was in the midst of the pandemic, when things really started to go nuts. The shutdowns in March, April, May, right around that time period. So the fact that we're now the lowest since that point, that is a little bit alarming. I am not going to lie. And again, the fact that the CEO said, this is the worst since 2008 that he's seen, that's a little bit alarming here in the short term. So am I looking to buy a house in this market? Probably not. I mean, I am in the market at some point in the next, maybe not year, but year and a half, 2.5 years, 3 years for sure. But I'm really in no rush at this point because the signs are everywhere. I mean, the big CEOs are saying these different things. We're seeing the numbers all across the board. So I feel like, and by no means am I a real estate expert, guys, Far from it, quite frankly. But, I'm seeing things potentially getting worse based on what I'm seeing from a lot of the people that know a lot more than me, right? The experts out there. So what do you guys think about that? I think that's pretty bad news coming from the CEO of Restoration Hardware. And at this point, when it comes to the overall stock market, let's switch gears a little bit. We're pretty much selling off all across the board, except for the NASDAQ, which is up a little bit, 0.1%. But other than that, the Russell's down 0.6%. S&P's down 0.05, so pretty much at break even, but still down, as the Dow is down about 0.2%. So we're selling off all across the board, and the NASDAQ could easily turn red, just because it's up a little bit. I mean, guys, it's on the brinks of going red at any minute at this point. If we look into these charts a little bit, you're going to see we're sandwiched right between these moving averages on triple Q, right? 286, we're failing. We've been failing at that point pretty much all day, and we are still holding 282, which is right by this 180 estimate. You guys see that, right? So what direction are we going to pick? We're probably not going to get direction on Friday today, but at some point next week, we're going to get that direction, right? And we're going to have to be patient. We'll see. We'll see how it goes, but I'm anticipating the direction is going to come next week, whether we break 286, start going towards 290, 295, or we fall under 280, 278, and obviously at that point, bears are going to be coming in hot. So, we have to be patient with that. That's kind of what I'm seeing right now. We're just sandwiched right between there. And same thing with SPY. It's a pretty boring day, honestly, guys, today. This is pretty much sandwiched right in there between 392, 398, right in that little $4 or $5 window. So what direction are we going to pick? Are we going to break 398, fall under 390? That is the $1 billion question at this point for the direction. We have to wait for that direction. And when it comes to movers, guys, let's see what's going on here. Netflix is up the most on my watch list today. Look at that. What did I say? What did I say? Netflix is now breaking out 5%, $15 on the day. It is filling the gap to 330. I'm not trying to toot my own horn, guys, but screw it. I'm going to do it. We called this out time and time again on the channel. Now, at this point, guys, honestly, 330, if this were to break, which by the looks of it, I mean, it's any day now, it's going to do that, in my opinion, by the looks of it as of now. If 330 breaks, this could end up going towards 400. Who knows? Maybe during the course of 2023. I have no idea. We'll see. Obviously, nobody knows what's going to happen, but bulls are clearly in charge on Netflix, and that does not seem to be slowing down anytime soon, at least as of now. So I'm going to set my alert at $330. We'll see what it does from there. Again, if that were to break, we have a wide open gap to towards 380, 90, 400. And of course, it's not going to happen, overnight. I'm not saying this is going to happen next week even. It might take a year, months, who knows? But, that's the direction it's going to be headed based on what I'm seeing on this chart. And when it comes to Chewy, we're also moving up on Chewy in a nice way today. Let's pull it up. Chewy is now going to test. It's up 5%. It's about to test $44, $45, which you guys can see. That's been a sticking point on the chart, and my alert's actually a little bit above that at $46 a share. If that's able to break $46 a share, guys, we might be headed straight to $50, and it's probably not going to happen today. We're probably not going to break that today or even test 45 or 46, but next week at some point, I have a feeling it is going to be coming. I have a feeling it's going to be testing that point and maybe even breaking out. Tesla on the day is moving up as well, but still on a downtrend, guys. It is up, 4%, back to about $180 a share. Not too bad. But again, still in a clear downtrend under both moving averages. And I guess you could argue, Stas, we're seeing a bit of a bullish divergence, which, okay, I could see that. You guys see that here, right? To play devil's advocate, we're double bottoming arguably at 170, but before that, we were at roughly 175, and you can see the divergence. You guys see that? Here on the RSI. So this might, who knows, we might see a bit of a rally, but we're not seeing it yet because, again, let's put it this way. It is still under both moving averages here, under 180, and until it breaks 200, I'm not convinced that we're going to get a legitimate short-term rally. As long as we're under 200, bears are 100% in charge. So those are the three biggest movers on my watch list, at least in the green right now. Let's see what's in the red. Oh, look, Beyond Meat's giving back a lot of that gain, 8%. GameStop down 7%. Starbucks down about 1%. Let me actually pull up Starbucks' chart. Let me see what this looks like. Starbucks. Let's see. Yeah, this looks pretty good. I mean, we called this out when it was at 95 and it broke. Now I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna chase it here. You know, it's a little bit. I don't want to say it's too far gone, but it's run up a lot in a short amount of time. Let's see if it. I have a feeling. I'm not 100% certain, but I have a feeling this might retrace back to 95, 93, 95, 97, and then we'll see if it retests that point or if it, buyers come in and it bounces at that point. So what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'm going to wrap the video up right here. What do you think about the bad news that we got from the, RH CEO? Let me know in the comments. If you guys want, again, some free stocks, who doesn't like free money, get up to 20 stocks, each up to $2,000 with at least a $100 deposit using that link down below on stocksurfs.com/Mumu. And if you want 12 more stocks from Webull with any amount deposited, that's linked right down below as well. Check out my Patreon while you're at it as well. And with that being said, guys, I'll catch you in the next video. Peace out.